waves, it like breaks down barriers so my thoughts can roam even more.
And what you talking about right now?
The concept of my next mixtape called The Garden of Eden, the loudest of the loud. You know
okay.
What I mean?
Oh, we here right now. Hold on. This is my man Altez, man. Introduce yourself, matter of fact, man.
Yeah, he basically did. But ladies and gentlemen, my name is Altez. You know what I mean? Clockwork's man of the hour. I'm just lounged out with my dude Tito, CMB fan. We talking about tunes overall. Make sure you go cop this. My boy's mixtape trying to get
plug.
Nice. Know what I mean? Nice plug in there. But we just lounged out at my house right now. Apartment is still under construction. You know, you get a pretty nice place. You gotta make sure it's right. But the whole thing is we're talking about the concept of the tunes, you know, the Garden of Eden. And what I want it to be like, you know when you niggas be burning it down and you get like the illest thoughts in the world, but you usually don't say those thoughts because you be thinking you too high? Well, essentially, that's what I want the record to be. I really want it to be like those free roam thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, like, yo, you know when you might burn it down and you sitting there thinking like, what the fuck? I wonder if I could do X, Y, Z. Like, it'd be dope to have a record and have it so that each line is after a pull. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got that high thought. You speak it and you elaborate on it, so on and so forth. But the whole thing's going to be official. You know, I'm making sure that I can branch out with people that I haven't worked with prior to. Just want a different sound, different feel, because I apologize to all my fans for not really doing and being where it is that I should be. So,
and why is that? Why do you think that you're not where you should be right now? Like, what's holding you back, in a sense?
I would say when the water boils out the pot myself. You ever, like, you know, growing up, I was always the type of person who never thought highly on himself because everybody assumed that I would grow up to be conceited, right? That's serious. It's like a psychological thing. So all my life, I basically like detuned what one would usually like toot their horn on. So when it comes to music, you know, everybody tells you, yo, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. At some point, when all walks of life tell you, it's got to be some truth in it.
Right.
But why am I the last person to realize that? Reason being is just because of the psychology of you don't want to be conceited. I don't want to walk around thinking I'm this, that, to the third. So that's my own failure. But with that being said, being able to identify is the biggest thing. Now what do you do from it? Now I know that I got a lot of people that I would look at as, I guess, support fans, if you would. And they expect a certain thing of you. And that's why they look at you as to who you are. Because you have something that they want to hear. So why be selfish with it? You know what I mean? That and a lack of support, but our district is unifying within that. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to correct that. You know what I mean? That's a New York state of mind, man. You know, that's what it boils down to.
I mean, can I ask you some questions right quick?
Go ahead.
Being that you're a lyricist and the lack of lyricism that's going on in the game right now, how do you feel about that? I mean, are you opposed to the Soulja Boys and the, you know, New Boys and all this that's coming out right now?
All right, I'll answer it in two parts.
Okay.
As a true lyricist, somebody that loves what they do, I look at it like, really though? Is that your deal? Really? That's what you're about? Seriously. The other half, on the business side, is business, man. Unfortunately, that's what people are paying for. Not saying that that's what I'm doing, by any means. But the thing is that when you wind up for this label, these major labels, you're essentially just a slave, you know. So when you wind up coming out, unless you have that leverage to say, hey, you know, I can put my own shit out and I'll still have people buy it. Some people experiment with things to find that sound. When they find it and they realize people will buy, that's all they do is they put it out. And, you know, it's like this. It's like weed. Good weed and bullshit weed, right? Most people are going to come across bullshit weed. Why? Because you get more quantity than you do quality for the dollar. So, another example, they'll put 30 songs on a mixtape and they'll all be shit. Whereas your good weed, you got to pay a little more to get that quality. So, for instance, you'll put 12 songs on your mixtape, which he actually has. You'll put 12 songs on your mixtape, but they'll all be of quality, which will surpass the 30 records of bullshit you got on this mixtape. But it's all about money. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to it, fans really don't help. It's like aiding someone's addiction. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta wean it off. Y'all gotta realize and understand that as consumers, y'all got the most power there is. More power than anybody. More power than a label. More power than their executive, because they're going off of what you buy and what you think. So if you think that this shit that's on the radio station and shit that you hear is really good, they're gonna keep putting it out like that until somebody breaks that mold. You know what I mean? You got, for instance, J. Cole's, Drake's, you know, like, those dudes now in that generation are doing that. You know what I mean? Tito, CMB fans, you know, like, trying to make sure that they can expand and break down that fucked up shit we got in our heads, man. That's what it is.
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna get a little bit more personal.
Sure.
Fans, don't get this twisted. I'm not really an interview dude. It's Tito TV, man. I'm here, my man Altez. We just doing what we do, man. On a more personal level, how is it that you balance your personal life, as far as women, as far as actually making money outside of the music and putting it all together and having enough time for the music? Because that becomes a problem. I know with myself, it becomes a big problem. You know what I'm saying?
That is naturally a big problem. There's only 24 hours in a day. At some point, you want to sleep. You don't have to, you know. But I work a lot. Real business shit. I work a lot. You know, it's very demanding. When it comes to females and all, I keep everything private. That helps me best. You know what I mean? Because if you know everybody that I'm with, or this girl that I'm with, that girl, anything of that nature, you know, it looks bad. I can have one girl, and I have a lot of girlfriends, a lot of people that I'm cool with, and in private, you don't really have those issues. You can mingle with anybody, talk to everybody, and it looks as it did normally from the beginning. You know, it actually helps me with business. And she's great support. But it ain't easy, man. You gotta make a sacrifice. Something's gonna sacrifice. Something's gonna lack. You know what I mean? And in ways, going back to my fans, I feel like with my commitment to business, it's had me lack the supply of music that they're looking for.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And I identify that. I understand that. My dearest apologies. You know what I mean? Thank you for bearing with me, but I'm trying to correct that. You know. So.
And where can we find this music that you're talking about and that you're referring to? Can we? I mean, is there any YouTube we can look up? Facebook? What's your Facebook name? Twitter?
I mean, if you're on Facebook, you know, it's actually got my government, Pedro Fernandez. Yeah, it's actually my government name. If you're on Twitter, it's /Mr. Accomplished. You can hit me up. I got tunes in various places, but being that I'm working on this next set, wait for that.
Okay.
Wait for that. Go on my Facebook page because I constantly post things. You know, you have to download the records, but.
And that's Pedro Fernandez, right?
Yes.
Search Pedro Fernandez for my boy.
Please do. PEDROFERNANDEZ. But y'all might want to try to wean down the region. We're in New York, upstate New York. I'm in Troy, New York, but you'll probably be able to find it under Albany too. But Tito CMB fan, Tito TV, you know, we just lounge out about to work on some music.
You already know what that is.
Yeah.
You already see what it is, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
the rest of the stuff too.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff too.
Now, you gotta tune into my dude's tunes, man.
I mean, just for the sake of children, just explain to them that we're not telling them to go out and buy a half an ounce of weed, and please explain that. Because I don't want people to get it twisted like this dude is just saying that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Understand, stay in school.
Stay in school, kids. Make sure you do what you gotta do.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah, drugs are bad. Weed is good. And if you're ever looking to get it, just hit me up. No, I'm playing. But yeah, man. Everybody makes their own decisions. Things are what's to be done. But all y'all stay in school. Education is the best thing, man. Because even your teacher was educated.
Anybody you want to shout out before we get out of here?
Shout out to my dude B-Way, Clockwork CEO, the rest of my family, all my peoples, all my cross affiliates, from my dude Tito, CMB fam, First Class, my dude Soho, my dude Ace, my dude Penal, AON, they movement. Make sure you look out for their tunes. Strength in Numbers coming out too. They definitely doing big things. everybody else, the league, Ja, my dude, Broadway Jay's got some tunes coming out. My boy Snuffo Tarantino, heavy with the DVDs right now.
Okay.
Make sure you support my dude Snuffo. All you local artists, make sure you go to Snuffo's page on Facebook, because my dude is trying to make sure he can be a distribution arm. Believe you me, it's good for both parties. What's good for you is good for him, and it's all good for the district and good for the fans. So everybody hit me on Facebook, hit my dude Tito, listen to his tunes. See you shortly.
Yeah, man.
Salute.